Welcome, everyone, to this 2K Sports broadcast live in Los Angeles at the Staples Center. For the Miami Heat, they're coming off a loss to the Spurs. And boy, they really got humiliated at home. They got flat out dominated in that game, guys.
You know what? That's a game where the coach might just want to burn the video because there's no question they're a better team than what we saw, but they got crushed on that night.
And I'm still trying to figure out what happened there, Greg, quite honestly. I mean, no matter how it looks on paper, you still got to show up and play and compete. And it looked like they were not interested in being there.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Jason Williams. So here's Miami's starting group. Chris Bosh is out there with Chris Kaman. And it's LeBron James. Then it's Anthony. And it's Wade in at the shooting guard position.
You can't give him that shot. A few open looks are all it takes to get him in the zone.
Carmelo Anthony, the third pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and, of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
And the first one at the line is good.
And back to Melo's top 5 draft mates in 2003, all having rings. You can't choose the team you... play for as a rookie. Melo simply hasn't been surrounded by that much talent. That's why it was somewhat surprising that he re-signed with the rebuilding Knicks team last season.
The Heat making a switch here. Williams is checked in. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And guys, talking about Melo, I mean, he's faced some difficult injuries here of late. That puts all the more pressure on him to win a ring as soon as possible. No way does he want to retire without that chance.
You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him. But with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
Bryant dishes to Iverson. LeBron against Allen. Takes the 13-footer. The shot by Kobe, no good. And getting back to Carmelo last year, that team really became devoid of talent. In some games, Greg, in games that he played, he seemed like their only scoring option.
You know, we talk about needing a big three to compete for a championship, and for over half the season last year, the Knicks basically had a big half. I mean, because Carmelo missed that half, and when the deck is stacked against you like that, sometimes it's better to fold your cards and live to play another day, and that's really what Carmelo did.
Timeout called the Heat.
Yeah, it looks like he saw some things out there that need to be adjusted, and it's going to take a break here and talk it over.
Hey, you know, coaches sometimes need a break in the action to rethink and retool a bit. Anytime you're in that situation, it makes sense to use the timeout.
The Heat making a switch here. Kamen's checked in. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. 5 on the clock. Anthony's shot is off.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for them.
Outside, Walker. Allen, a screen on Bosch. Walker goes in. Great use of the pick to create room for the jumper. Walker's got his first basket.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And, Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Now here's LeBron. Bosch, the screen. They set the pick. Kobe with the steal. Outside, Walker. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Ryan against LeBron. Just 5 on the clock. And good on the basket. Book it. And that makes it a tie ball game.
Guys, that time he went for the fancy finish for us there, man. That was sweet.
All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
Well, Byron Scott had a few moments to share with me. We talked about the strategy as it applies to D. Wade. He said Dwayne can score at will when he gets into a rhythm. So our job is going to be prevent him from getting into that rhythm in the first place. Because if we can't do that, the points will just pile up. Most opponents are completely aware of that, guys.
And thank you for that, Doris.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
Miami shooting their first free throws of the game right now.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
And, Kevin, it's something they've been working very hard to correct and to change. I mean, they know how important it is to fix that inability at the free throw line.
Jason Williams, he's checked in for Miami. And both free throws good for Wade. Lakers have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Outside, Walker. And another basket for the Lakers.
And a really good way to start the game. He's a guy who, if he gets it going early, he's going to give you problems.
Wade against Kobe. Wade kicks to Kaman. Plenty of space. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls.
D. Wade with an excellent pass there.
Well, it was the Los Angeles Lakers in their last game, a loss to Cleveland.
Yeah, not a very inspired performance for them, particularly when they were defending. They just gave that hostile crowd plenty to cheer for.
Yeah, they allowed a lot of free runs to the hoop, a lot of open jump shots, and in the end, the opponent's shooting percentage was through the roof. You can't win if your defense isn't better than that.
Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Williams. Now here's Kobe, 17 points for him last game against the Cavaliers in Cleveland.
And a lot of teams are looking for coaches that embrace analytics and look at data-driven approaches. Coach Scott is not one of those guys. He's an old-school coach who goes with his own perception.
Now Allen, after LeBron's three-pointer that didn't go. Walker goes in, and the shot is good. Walker's got 6.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now here's James. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Wade, out to Anthony. All alone. The Lakers with the rebound. The Heat beat them last time when these two teams met down in South Florida.
Yeah, and they got beat last time these two teams met, and really free throws were the story.
Yeah, you know, that differential jumps off the page to me, and whether it's more disciplined defense or more aggressive offense, they've got to look to flip that script tonight.
Here's Anthony after the made shot from Allen Iverson. Shot is off.
Boy, he blew the easy 2 by profiling, trying to look good. That's a bad decision and poor execution.
Can be the screen. The drive by Iverson. No good. Kaman with the defensive effort. For Miami, they've gone 3 of 7 from the field since we've gotten underway. LeBron passes to Kaman. Heat moving the ball around. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Defended by Allen. 4 on the clock. And that one's good, Anthony. Anthony's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
All right, Staples Center, look who's coming on the court. Come on and get loud for your Laker girls.
Kevin, let's take a look here to see where the Lakers rank in the NBA. 11th in fewest turnovers per game. 11th in second chance points. And they're in the top half of the league in free throw shooting as well. Pretty good, but they could certainly stand some improvement there.
And the Lakers making a change here. Worthy's checked in. Heat also with his sub. Pippen's checked in. And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Chris Bosh is checked in for Miami. On defense, Miami. Bryant dishes to Iverson. Feeds it to Camby. Just 5 to shoot. Kaman with the defensive effort. The Heat have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. James kicks to Anthony. He feeds it to Wade. Puts up the baby hook. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. Well, you need good passing from your forwards as much as you do from your guards. These are small forwards leading the way in assists. 5th, Carmelo Anthony.
And these are some of the best teammates you're ever going to want. Very unselfish players at a position where you don't see a lot of offensive facilitating.
Yeah, you know, these guys are really more than capable of going it alone if the situation calls for it, but they must. Much prefer to have everybody involved in the offense, and they go out of their way to try to make that happen.
Walker. Checked in for the Lakers. And Miami with a change here, too. Goran Dragic is checked in for Chris Kaman. Timeout called the Lakers.
And you can tell they're just a little out of sync. I think he just wants to get everybody back on the same page.
Yeah, I like this timeout, Greg. I think it's a good one because